everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Chargers going up against the Broncos. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Welcome in, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and partner, training camp over, preseason over. It's time for week one.
And how much fun is that? No longer do we have to talk about who's going to make the team. The rosters are set. These guys now get to go out and play for real. No more of these preseason games. Now they're playing, and the records count.
The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start. He'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Just the first quarter, but... Tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. And he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. And they'll want to hold on to that football. That is the first NFL touchdown scored by the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, if you want to talk AFL, first Los Angeles Chargers touchdown since New Year's Day of '61.
Yeah, they played in the AFL Championship that day against the Houston Oilers. So how about that? A return for the LA Chargers, triumphantly finding the end zone.
And a ball that will live in the trophy case for years to come. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 14th year now. Played his college ball at NC State, Phillip Rivers.
And continues to climb up all those all-time passing leaderboards. Last season, his 8th 4,000-yard campaign in the last 9 years, and that put him over 45,000 yards in his career.
First down, Rivers. And his first look is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
A team that was consistently in the top 5 just a few seasons ago. They finished 27th overall in offense in 2016. A combination of uncertain line play and inconsistent quarterbacking, I think, led to that ranking.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. They go play action. Rivers. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Mebane. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Now the second-year man from Syracuse, Riley Dixon, on to punt. Adam Humphries deep to return. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more. Later on.
Third down now following the completed pass. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Immediate dividends from their #1 pick, Charles. They expect obvious. Big things from him.
And he's already starting to deliver. But here's the question I've got for you. Who gets the first football? Because, you know, when you score your first touchdown in the NFL, they give you the ball, right?
Right.
Who's going to get it? Does it go to mom, grandma, wife, girlfriend? Where does it go? High school coach? Who gets it?
Why isn't he putting that in his own trophy case?
Well, that would be a little bit selfish now, wouldn't it? What about all the people that helped him get there?
Well, what are you going to do? Cut it up in 30 pieces?
Good point. He gets to keep it.